Hello, my name is Owen Connell, and this is my presentation for Invention Convention Michigan. So, uh, as virtual reality, or VR, becomes more modernized and standard for both consumer and commercial use, there is a problem which I have personal experience with that all users will eventually come into contact with, and that is severe motion sickness. Through my personal experience, I couldn't go much further than 2 hours of continual use until I was dropped down on the floor, nauseous to my stomach, and couldn't move for a long time. It took about 20 hours of in-use of virtual reality before I was able to manage that motion sickness and had almost no side effects. However, there has been no direct solution to this cause rather than improvements in hardware and such. So I decided that I was going to try and find some sort of short-term solution to this. So I came up with a few ideas, those being an improved source of hardware and software, such as the use of foveated rendering, which multiple studies have been done by Facebook and Oculus about the use of foveated rendering, which is through eye tracking and deep learning. It is to pinpoint the location of which your eyes are looking at and focus all your GPU's power to that to make it look much nicer, and then tone down the quality everywhere else where your eyes can't detect it. So that was one solution. Another solution I thought of was a program to help train the mind to become more accustomed to VR, because the main reason why motion sickness is caused is because it's due to a disconnect between your physical movements in reality and your perceived movements in virtual reality. That disconnect is the cause of motion sickness. So eventually I weighed up a few other brainstormed ideas, weighed up in a matrix table, and I decided that I would go through with this idea of a training program as a virtual reality application. So I sketched up a few very rough ideas of how the user interface would look when you're first loading in, what some environments could look like when you're testing out different motion types within virtual reality that you'll probably come into contact while in use. These different motion types being one-to-one, which is just any motion that your headset and any cameras you have can see, will directly translate into motion within virtual reality. Then you also have the point and warp method, which is by pointing your controller and hitting some button, you're able to move great distances using that method, and then you're also able to use the one-to-one motion. Then you also have freeform or Joy-Con motion, which is usually a Joy-Con on your controller is used to move you like typical controller-based games. And so that is that final movement method. And so through exposure, like from 5 to 10 minutes before use of major virtual reality programs, you would train your mind to become more accustomed to it, so you would feel overall less of an effect from motion sickness. And this is my solution. Thank you very much for watching.